Hey there, and welcome to an easy breezy way to get your kids eating healthier without them even knowing. For those who don't know, my name is Lainey. I have 5 children and I've spent the last 15 years either transitioning my own family along to a more healthy way of eating or coaching tens of thousands of people on how to feel great through the food that they eat. And so I feel like I'm fairly well qualified to get where parents are at. I understand the struggles that you face when you're trying to make positive nutritional change for your family. I have felt the frustration of putting effort into a meal and on the table and having the kids reject it in a heartbeat. I have felt anger at the kids not having any gratitude toward the good intentions I have for them. I've felt that niggling guilt when I give them food that I know is detracting from their health. And worst of all, I actually feel that feeling of defeat is the worst one when you're so emotionally exhausted from trying to battle against their very strong will. And so I actually don't believe it has to feel that way. For so long now, I feel like us parents have been going about things backwards. We have been approaching nourishing our kids like it's a Mission Impossible movie. And so often we parents we make these changes in the food department for our kids and the kids throw it back in our face. And as any parent who has done this can attest, myself included, maintaining strong resolve in the face of such big emotions and big complaints from fussy kids who don't want the healthy food can be incredibly stressful to maintain for any period of time. We parents have enough going on. So then we parents who are overworked and overwhelmed, we then let those healthy changes slip back into the too hard basket, even though we know it's making it harder for ourselves on so many levels. And over time, that's a recipe for parent guilt and for spiraling health and behavior in our beautiful kids. And nobody wants that. And so someone recently said to me, Lainey, I just need someone to hold my hand and mentor me in how to make changes for my family stick. Well, I'm here to say that we don't need to go in all guns blazing and declare to our kids this big food revolution, only to have our food thrown back at us or on the floor as it sometimes goes. I feel it's time for a much different, much easier approach for the modern parent. And that's where Nourish on the Sly principles and actions come into play. I believe that you will have that deep satisfaction of knowing that you are a positive change maker for your kids in their health in both body and mind, even without them noticing. It can be done, and it's actually the easiest way to go about this. It doesn't need to feel like a Mission Impossible. There is a lot that we parents can do on the sly, and you don't even need to tell anyone in your family what you're doing yet. That part will come and it's important, but not yet. There's so much we can conquer first. And all those small, sly things that we'll be doing together, they have significant and powerful impacts on our health. So let's go ahead and grab the low-hanging fruit. Let's grab the easy wins. We know that the hardest part of anything is starting, right? And it's no different when it comes to the nutritional positive changes that we want to make. Not only are we going to get you started, but we're going to give you the biggest bang for your effort buck. And you're going to get that magic of momentum. And with momentum, you feel unstoppable. It's so exciting. When you get a few wins under your belt, everything feels lighter, everything feels more achievable. And so then when you go and tackle other things down the track, you'll have all this confidence backing you that you're already a positive change maker. Your kids are already eating much healthier. So things feel better. Momentum is your superpower. It's your big secret. We're going to focus right in on that. But after our time together, I believe that you will have the satisfaction that on the sly, you have number 1, replaced foods that damage your kids' health with foods that actually contribute to your kids' health. Number 2, that I believe you'll feel proud that you're easily and routinely boosting the nutrition of the meals that you're already making without them even knowing. And you're going to get those nutrients into them that most kids are lacking. And so that's a big positive. Excuse me. Number 3, and this is my favorite. We have so much science coming out now that points to one big indicator of robust health. And it's all to do with gut health, but a very specific part of gut health. And the exciting thing is that you can give your kids that gift without them knowing. This is something that we can achieve without them knowing. I love that. And so we're going to say goodbye to that persistent, niggly, I should feelings as a parent. We're going to say goodbye to niggling parent guilt. And you can say goodbye to wondering if you're doing enough for your kids. What small, seemingly imperceptible changes can you make that will have the most powerful effect for your family's health? What easy wins and swap outs and add-ins and habits you can tweak that are so easy and unnoticeable? What can you do? That's what we're going to get and deep dive into our time together. So what I normally charge for a one-on-one private session for coaching is pretty close to the price that we're actually offering this first intake of this group coaching for. And so you will actually get 6 weeks of intensive coaching with me for the price of a one-on-one, which is pretty amazing. The most recent one-on-one coaching client that I had learnt at the feet of many of the experts that I know and love. I quickly identified that she didn't need to know anything else. Like, she had all the knowledge that she needed. What she actually needed was another mum to come in and just talk with her about why isn't it working? What's actually stopping this from happening? We identified that, well, it's a long story. I don't have to tell you the whole story. But what it came down to was just someone who has walked the walk, walked the talk, is that what they say? You know, dealt with kids of various age levels, dealt with kids of different fussiness levels. And that's something that I can put my hand up and say, yes, like, even though, yes, I know about whole foods, I know the strategies to get kids eating, but I've lived it. I have been living it for the last 15 years with, you know, ebbs and troughs and on this gradual slope. So I get it for the reality check that we need as modern parents. A lot of the time we can't or even don't want to transform everything overnight. In fact, I don't think it's wise to in most cases. And so I'm excited at the way that we've structured this group coaching experience, because it's one that I feel the most confident in you seeing the most results. That's what I want to see. I want to see you guys actually seeing the better health for your kids, the better, and I always hesitate to say better happy, like more happiness and better health, but it's absolutely true. The science is very clear that we feel a greater ability to feel happy when we've got that stuff going on that we're going to learn about. So it's super exciting. That's why I love doing what I do, because I want everyone to be happy. So I'm blubbering now. What I want to tell you is that in the 6 weeks, we're going to have a combination of a curriculum and group coaching together. And that's what I think the magic is. So every week you'll get a module, which is a collection of very short videos for you to watch on your own time. There'll also be a downloadable with a super simple step for homework. Later on in that week, we'll get together face-to-face in a group Zoom chat where you'll get to see my face, I'll get to see your faces, and we can talk about the reality in your family. We're going to do the deep dive on why it's not working, what it's going to take to make it work, and I've got some very clear strategies that will absolutely help with that. I can't wait to share them with you. So the combination of that over a 6-week period of time, and we're also going to give you a goose buddy. You'll understand what that means when we get started, but it's going to mean that you help each other succeed. So this coaching is not simply a list of swap this for that. We deep dive, we discover what the blocks are, and we replace them with the solutions, and we give you everything you need to go forward. So all this does is help you see the change that we want you to see. So if you have been sitting on those suppressed feelings of wanting to progress but feeling stagnant or stuck, I'm excited to get to know you in this 6 weeks. If you are a family who eat a standard Aussie diet, and maybe you're a family who's already eating basic whole foods, but you know that there's some really powerful keys that you might have missed that you can conquer without your kids knowing, pretty epic, then this is perfect for you. For those families who actually do want this huge, overnight transformation, huge pantry reset, everything, I've got the action but not the words, you know what I mean, this may not be the best fit for you. So if this is for you, and I think you'll know if it is, I would love to get to know you. Click the button below and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. See ya.